is we're going to welcome our special guest to the show this evening. Good evening, guys. How are we?
Right.
Fantastic. Bad, thank you.
Yeah,
you had me worried there because I was like, hold on, can they hear me? Oh, technology, what can I say? So we've not told...
Lockdown internet overload, I think.
I think so, you're not kidding anyway. Well, we've not told anybody much about you guys, including your name, but that's because we prefer to hear from you guys, so I'm throwing you right in the deep end. One of you take the microphone.
Well, we're a band from Liverpool. Our name's Polybius. We'll introduce ourselves one by one. My name's Dom. I'm the drummer.
I'm
Luis.
Oh.
Okay, go on, Mike, go on.
I'm Mike. I'm the bassist.
I'm Luis. I'm the lead guitar player.
I'm Dylan. I'm the front man, so I play a bit of rhythm and I sing.
The important guy.
So the interesting thing here is, this is the first time we've done a Zoom interview like this, so this is actually fantastic that we've managed to get you guys all together as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you don't all live together.
No, we're opposite end of the country right now, yeah. And I'm currently in Newcastle. I think the other guys are in Liverpool or Birmingham, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back home.
Yeah, Liverpool here.
Yeah, I'm still in Liverpool as well.
Let's face it, it's probably one of the best places to be right now. I'll not say too much there in case you don't support the same team as me, though.
Oh, why? Who do you support?
Don't get us started on football. Me and Mike will talk your ears off.
God.
So with all this distance and everything going on right now, how are you guys managing to do band practices and stuff like that?
Really,
very vivid imaginations, I think. Yeah.
And me and Dylan did a few live, Facebook live acoustic gigs at the start of lockdown. So, because we lived together last year, so we were able to put some stuff out then. But I had to come home because we unfortunately had a death in the family, so I had to come home and. Since then we haven't really been doing anything, but we've had the single to promote, so it's all been good with that.
Firstly, sorry to hear about what happened for yourself. Yeah. But that's the main thing, is you're all still practicing and you're still keeping yourselves fresh, because it's quite easy for right now just to say, put the guitar away, I can't be bothered, just go and get some snacks.
Yeah, well, I mean, the main sort of way we're doing it is just kind of like, one of us will record something and then we'll send it around to each other and be like, guys, what do you think of this? And then someone will overlay a new section, Louis will stick his guitar stuff on or whatever, and, I'll get my drum tracks down, and then we're just sort of building it bit by bit, distance by distance. Like, there's still ways around it. Like, you can never be being in the same room practicing and, being a band in real life. But then at the same time, there are ways around it. You just got to be creative and use a bit of initiative, really.
Yeah, I think also I've ended up playing more music in the past few months than I did in the few months before. I was so busy before lockdown with everything. And I don't think my acoustic guitar has seen as much playing over the past few months as it has. Because it's just, because you're in your room or you're in the living room and it's just there. So I pick it up and I'm noodling and learning songs and playing all the time. So it's actually been quite nice. I've learnt a couple of songs, that maybe are a little bit too technical, to just pick up and play. But because I can just sit there and play guitar for 2 hours, I've learnt quite a few tunes, which is quite fun. It's quite
a fine balancing act though with the drums though, because you've got to keep yourself fresh and practice, but also not so much that your neighbours want to kill you. So
that's true.
Yeah, it's very fine balancing act. There's kind of a natural limit on how much I can get away with.
Plus your time restraints as well. I mean, obviously you can't be playing past certain times, or the neighbour will definitely be turning up at your door going, get that noise down.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I just tap on my desk instead. There's ways around it.
Yeah, it's definitely not as fun having to play by ourselves for a couple months straight, but I'm sure that as soon as we can all get together, we'll start playing again. It will be just like the good old days, really.
Yeah.
And honestly, I cannot wait.
Gig for a year and a half.
God,
yeah. But we seem to have an odd thing that the longer we don't play or practice as a band together, the better our gigs are. I think it's that excitement and energy we have after not
definitely.
Yeah, like just once that comes back and like that nervousness, like we all thrive on that nervousness. So, and we just,
we're all so excited to see each other again.
I know, man.
Yeah. I just can't wait.
I just can't wait to play a gig again. It's just been too long. And it gets to you, it really does get to you. Like, it's addictive, this, feeling of playing in front of all these people and them screaming for you. Like, it is incredibly addictive.
So tell me about your favourite gig that you've done so far. I want you just to completely recreate that scene for us so we feel that we're living it right now as well.
All right,
Outpost,
so we
for sure.
Outpost, definitely. There's a really good venue in Liverpool called Outpost, which it used to be called Maguire's, but it's sort of an up and coming, like it's a venue for sort of upcoming bands in Liverpool, and we did a gig there in February, which was just kind of, it was one with a couple of other bands, mates of ours, and we were headlining. And it was one of these, like, I think we were all so busy at the time with so much going on, we just hadn't given it really that much thought. And then and we're all kind of just sort of like, right, okay, let's just get on stage, let's just get this over with, it's another gig, whatever. And we're just absolutely, with, at the risk of not sounding modest, we absolutely crushed it. Like, it was just,
modest of you.
I never get speechless.
I know, like the audience were
and then
on fire.
After that gig was just, I couldn't speak for 15 minutes. I was just like, wow, I can't believe that's just happened. We did an encore. We've never done an encore before.
Well,
we did an encore.
By that it means like an encore where we're actively called back after going off stage.
It was.
It was insane, honestly. Yeah. Like how we actually played the gig where people pretty much begged us to play another song.
Because you get a good response normally anyway. But it's when it's like when you finish your set and it's past curfew and people won't leave because they're shouting for you to play another song. And our new single that we've just released on Spotify, Who Watches the Watchmen, we always finish with that. That's our big title track. And we did that once. And everyone was just like, again, one more. And I was just like, I hate you all. I'm bathed in sweat. I can't breathe. But okay. Yeah. And it's like when you've got that much energy from the audience and that much excitement, like the adrenaline.
Like you weren't super excited. Like you weren't super excited to play the song again.
Oh yeah,
doesn't matter how sweaty you are. You always want to play more music, don't you?
So
the set just flowed really nicely in general, and then for the encore, Dylan put his guitar down and was just singing in the middle of the crowd and passing the mic off to people. So the energy in the room was just incredible, and it was honestly one of the best days of my entire life. Yeah. Don't even get us started on the mosh pits, all right?
It's so hard to concentrate playing a musical instrument when people are moshing in front of you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to jump in with
the
them.
Mosh pit,
singing in the mosh pit. Yeah.
I can imagine that would be quite
it was
strange.
An amazing time.
Quite strange seeing the mosh pits in that format. I've always wondered how artists manage to keep their cool when that's happening. I've been pulled into 2 mosh pits in my life, and I have to say, both times I'm lucky to have escaped with my life.
It's definitely something which the more time you spend in a mosh pit, the more you get used to it.
The funniest mosh pit moment watching was when we had the gig, because we had an old EP. It was just demos really that we released last January, and we had a gig to celebrate that. And the funniest thing was we had mosh pit there, and one of my friends, she's really small, but she was getting involved with it, and all I looked up and I just saw a fly into the wall. It was mental. It was just,
that was Tom's first gig with us as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was my first gig with you guys.
And I was just like, what is going on? This is incredible. This is brilliant.
Dom and I were so nervous for that gig. We went out, all of us went out to get food, and Dom and I went out to McDonald's together because we eat like children. Mm-hmm. And the both of us were just sitting there having food, just shivering from how nervous we were. Because not only was it like his first time with us, we were headlining and we had just released an EP. We had no idea how it was going to go. But then, like the minute we get on stage, I feel like just this energy just comes over us, and like all the anxiety washes away, and we just start playing.
It's this adrenaline-filled transformation. Like no matter what nerves you have, just whenever the minute you go on stage and people are cheering for you, like it just
disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah, your headspace just flips upside down. and you're just in this, powerful, like, I'm going to deliver a good show mode. That is it. And it's just, you've got to give the audience a good show. You've got to give them what they came for,
Absolutely.
And the more they give it to you, the more. Well, we try our best and we do a bloody good job.
So I have to ask
so
then.
Humble, Dom.
Oh, I'm the most humble person on planet Earth, definitely.
How long have you all known each other? Because you can hear you've got that obvious chemistry between you all. So have you been friends a long time, or how long have you all known each other?
2 years, I think?
2 years since we've met Dom. Me and Dylan have been mates since the first day of Freshers back in 2016.
Aww.
So that's 4 years now almost. And then me
Back
and
when
Louise,
we
we've known
babies.
each other about 3 years, haven't we, Louise?
Yeah. I think
3.5 years.
I think we met in first year, like halfway through at some point.
In the very early beginnings of the band.
Yeah.
Only me and you remain.
Yeah, we're the only remaining members of the original Polybius.
Well, let's be honest,
Dylan
it didn't really exist until I joined.
You didn't play a show until I joined either. You didn't play a show until I joined.
We just used to jam. We didn't even have any songs.
All right.
You were dwelling in the basement of the student guild.
Hey, we were creating what would eventually become Polybius. You guys wouldn't have been able to join if we hadn't done that. So, get off your high horses, all right?
You guys were setting the foundations, weren't you? That's what you were doing. You set up all the foundations that you become this nice, strong band that you are today.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Although next time you all start arguing, remember, I've got the mute all button here. I'm powerful right now.
Try not to anger you too much.
The argument gets the adrenaline going, and that's what makes it creative. It's important.
So where does the name Polybius come from?
Well, we spent so long trying to agree on a band name at the start. I felt like none of the members really, there was never a name that we could actually agree on at the same time together. And we went through a bunch of different ideas. And eventually, at one point, we heard of the urban legend Polybius, which was supposedly an arcade machine in the 80s, I think. Which is, honestly, I can't remember how the legend goes exactly, but it was set up by the government.
If you played it, you had strange psychedelic hallucinations and all sorts, and that it was.
And then the government would come and it would take you away and do experiments on you. And
not sinister.
So is that what's going to happen to us if we listen to your songs? That people are going to come and take us away and do experiments on us?
That's what happens if you don't listen to our songs.
Yeah, if you don't listen to us, that's what happens.
If you find this arcade machine, you get psychedelic hallucinations of our live shows.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's a new marketing idea, guys. I think there's something we can tap into.
Copyright it though straight away, Dom. You got.
I'll write it down. Don't you worry.
Well, if you've not already thought about it, that could be a music video right there.
That's a cracking
idea.
Right?
Oh, that's a very good idea.
That's a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah, one's like better than anything we had.
So tell me about the track.
I'll just write that one down too.
What was that? What was that? Sorry.
Tell me about your track. Who Watches the Watchman? Tell me the background and how it came to be a track. Who wrote it? Who decided it was the one that you were going out with, kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's the wish throne. You take the glory, mate.
Thank you. Okay. So for starters, Dylan wrote the lyrics, and he's a very good lyricist. So credit where credit is due. We wouldn't have Watchmen without him, obviously. We wouldn't have Watchmen without everyone else. Mm-hmm. I did write the guitar melody and pretty much the beginning of the song. Like the origin of the song. And at the time, and currently, really, I'm a big fan of the band Tool. And just wait. I know, right? Like me, a Tool fan. That doesn't sound right at all. And I just really like the way they write songs and riffs. And I just was messing around on my guitar and found this riff that bounces around everywhere, and just use that for the introduction of the song. And I felt like, at first I didn't really think there was anything special to it, but then I started adding the chorus bit, and then figured out the bridge, and it started coming along nicely. And I started to realize that there might be a little more to this song than I was giving it credit for. And then I brought it on to the band. And it's interesting because I would usually record demos by myself before showing them. But for this one, for some reason, I just brought the riffs along to a jam session at some point, and we started playing it around. We all really liked it. We added the second part to the song, which is a little bit heavier, and the solo and everything. And it just started to come along, and we just started to feel a lot of energy coming from it. And then obviously Dylan came in with his vocals, and then we got Dom, who came in with probably what is the most badass drum sound in the world. Don't worry, Dom, I got you. I wouldn't forget about you. Don't you worry. And then every time we played that song live, the crowd just responded to it immensely. There was just an insane energy in the room. People would always mosh pit during our solos.
Mm-hmm. And it's sort of become the song we're known for, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
You know, we try all this other new material, but everyone at the end is like, you know, oh, come on, you know, where's Watchmen?
Yeah, everyone wants to listen to Watchmen.
And we're just like, we've got to get this down, we've got to get this recorded, we've got to get this out there. And in, I think earlier this year, maybe early March or end of February this year, we went to this recording studio in Liverpool called the Motor Museum, which is, I think Bring Me the Horizon did their latest, one of their previous records there.
Yeah, they did actually, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, they did do it in that one there because I keep tabs on a lot of stuff that goes on in Liverpool because I'm a massive Beatles fan, so I know all these different venues and I know all these different clubs down
we
there.
played the Cavern Club twice, you know.
I did see that.
Oh yeah, just got to put that.
We were going to play it a third time.
That one in, Michael.
But, we were going to play it a third time just before lockdown. Anyway,
we were, and then unfortunately, lockdown happened. But we recorded in the Motor Museum, and I mean, a little thing for me was I got to play on the drum kit that was ex-Prodigy drum kit, which was just a dream come true. I love the Prodigy.
Yeah. It was such a good experience recording there too. Liam, the guy who the sound engineer, recording engineer, I guess. Loic, sorry, Loic. Is so nice, and he really understood what we were going for, and he indulged all of our crazy ideas, and I feel like the end product just came out amazing. So big thanks to Loic.
It was like a 13-hour day as well doing that thing as well. We sort of got enough money just to put it together for recording for one day, and. The worst bit was though, like having to set up the drums for that. They just told me to play a 4-beat for like 45 minutes straight to calibrate the drum sound.
Ouch.
And you know, you want to get a little bit creative and them sort of saying on like the room intercom, like, can I just vary a bit? He's like, no, 4-beat, just for 45 minutes, and I was just like, is this really what recording's all about?
It was such a fun day though.
Yeah, that's the part they don't tell you about, isn't it? They make it all look all rock and roll, but then there's all this setting up and all the calibration and things like that. They kind of miss out that bit when they're telling you about things.
That's conveniently missed out that bit. Yeah, but we got the track down. We got it out there on Spotify, and we recently just got over. We recently just got over 5,000 streams on it, and we released it in May.
Which
is
amazing.
5,000 in a month.
Blowing. It's mind blowing. I never expected us to get so much reception, and I'm honestly so grateful and so happy that our song is actually out there and people enjoy it.
100%.
I feel like we did a really back on the back, guys. We did a really good job.
We can then our aims once lockdown is finished and over, and we can look forward again. Hopefully, gigging a bit outside of Liverpool because we've kept very Liverpool focused. So we're trying. We've been speaking to a promoter in Glasgow. Actually, we were speaking to someone. So maybe go to Scotland soon. Well, ish.
Yeah,
I was about to say there's no maybes there. You're coming to Scotland soon. That has to happen.
Yes.
Give us a time and a place and we will be there, don't worry.
Yeah, we will be there.
You haven't seen a crowd until you've had a Scottish crowd, that's for sure.
Oh, that just makes me...
Sounds great.
So I was about to ask you there, but you did kind of pop in with my next question, which was what was next for after lockdown and that, because obviously I know gigs and stuff like that would normally be the first thing that when I see what's next. But obviously we don't know when we're going to be allowed to gig again, what that's actually going to look like.
That's
so
true.
What is kind of next for you guys in general?
I think the first thing we're going to be able to do is get back in the studio. I think that's the first thing we can practically do and just get our other songs down. Because the more material we've got out there, the better. And there'll be ways, social distancing will ease up gradually, and there'll be ways to do it. So I think the first thing will be get back to the Motor Museum, the recording studio, and just get cracking on with a full album, really.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, we're looking forward to that. And we're also looking forward to having you guys back on the show.
I just want to keep the train going, really.
Well, we definitely, what to do is keep me updated with everything that's going on with you guys. When we do start getting gigs again, keep me updated and I'll keep promoting for you. Next track, make sure you get in touch with me and we'll keep promoting you guys as well. But what we need to do now...
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Is make sure no one gets abducted and they can actually hear your track.
Well, hey, if they get
make any promises,
we're going to be making them hear our track.
I'm leaving you guys with the microphone so you can just give us a reminder of who you are and introduce your song for us.
All right, so we are Polybius, and this is our brand new single, Who Watches the Watchmen. Thanks very much for listening, guys.
They say they're not in control. We just gotta listen and do as we're told. Who to love and who to hate is not a concern. Who has the power? Yeah, we know it. Who do you look to when the lights are falling down? Pocket. Who watches the watchman? Don't read between the lines, it's the truth, I suppose. We all know who they support and what they oppose. They tear down all our hope just for the status quo. We know it. Who do you look to when the lights are falling down? Who has the keys in their pocket? Who watches the watchman?
The Scene with Shelley McRobbie on Radio Saltire.